Atlanta. We all know it. We all love it. Shit, at least I do. The stories that I've seen in this show are one in a million. They warp the mind and bend the soul in the hopes that when it leaves you staring at the credits, you gain something. Whether it be a new perspective or the confirmation that what you thought was always true. The hardships and inner turmoil that these characters face, albeit abstract, hit closer to home than you may realize. It's Afro surrealism at its most potent, and I wanted to discuss a few episodes that always stood out to me when I first watched them. First on the list is episode 8 of season 2, titled Woods. It starts off with Paperboy, Al, on the couch sleeping. He's awoken by his mom berating him for sleeping in so late. She tells him that he needs to get up and start his day, or so we think, because none of this is really going on. Al never woke up from his sleep, and this was all just a dream. This does put Al in a bad mood all throughout the episode. However, he does try to hide it, but things just keep on triggering him, especially this girl he's going out with that day, Sierra. Throughout the day, Sierra and Al go at it about a lot of things, but the crux of the conversation always stems from the then and the now, who they were in the past and who they are trying to become. See, Sierra is thoroughly into the game. She keeps up with her appearances, takes pics with her fans, all that. Really deep into the throes of life as a famous person. Al, on the other hand, rejects this. He still sees himself as another thug nigga from the streets. Yeah, he kind of famous and he getting a little bread here and there, but he's still real at his core. That's why Sierra's comments about what she thought of Al, or rather people like him back when she was stripping, gets him irritated because Al still views himself as that same type of nigga. Ain't nothing changed over here. That's why he fires back with a comment to her as well, saying that she's still the same bitch throwing ass for dirty funky niggas at the club. But it doesn't stop there. Sierra continues to let Al know exactly what he should be getting from life as a famous person. How Al's manager, isn't doing enough for him compared to how she gets things for free and has people waiting for her all the time. And she definitely does act famous. Bossing people around, yelling and shit, carrying on, having people wait on her, all type of shit. And Al is just not fucking with it. Honestly, I think he finds it disgusting because maybe I'm projecting because I do. Firstly, this is just not how you treat people. And secondly, Al sees it for what it is. It's an act, a front. This ain't Sierra for real. This is an image she's putting out, a character that she is playing. It's not real. And it all comes to a head when she asks Al to collab with her, basically becoming a fake couple. Al's not with it, but she takes a picture of both of them together at the salon, and this makes Al storm off. He starts walking home, and that's when he runs into a group of young niggas. At first, they acting like they fans, but they really just run a game. They rob Al in that gang way, take his jewelry and shoot at him. Thankfully, he escapes into the woods, and that's where shit really starts to get interesting. In the woods, he meets a homeless man. The man won't leave Al alone, and he follows him through the woods. Eventually, they stop to take a break. That's when the man threatens Al with a box cutter. He tells him that he needs to make a choice, that if Al doesn't leave these woods by the count of 30, he's going to kill him. Of course, this scares the shit out of Al, and he runs, finally returning back to civilization. Now, there's a lot to unpack here, but bear with me because I'm gonna walk you through it all right? Let's start with the man in the woods. Who is he? Where did he come from? Why is he there? Personally, I think the man may be Al's dead father. One of the clues I have is that he says that Al is stubborn just like his mother. The way he says this, it sounds like he's remembering her in an endearing way. Not only that, but narratively, it makes sense. You start to show off with a dream of his mom, and later we see his dad. Secondly, I'm pretty sure this guy is dead. He's gotta be. As in, like, he's a ghost. Just think about it. One of the things he says is the dead have nothing but time. Then he tells Al that if he isn't out of the woods by the count of 30, he's going to kill him. Then he proceeds to incorrectly count to 30. His numbers are all over the place. He has no reference of time because he's already dead. Also, his mom is dead too, and she comes to him in a dream at the start of the episode. So it's kind of a theme. Now, I'm not sure if Al stumbled into purgatory or if it was the other way around, but I think purgatory is a damn good metaphor of the stagnation that Al was putting himself through. That stagnation being the attempt to remain real in spite of his increasing popularity. I mean, think about how he got into the woods in the first place. He argued with Sierra about being fake and stormed off. He runs into the young niggas and they straight tell him to his face, walking is keeping it real. They literally catch him in the act of keeping it real, and he got some real fucking consequences too. You see, Al's grip on maintaining his real personality is what puts him in that situation in the first place. It's holding him back. There's a reason why his mom is telling him to get the hell up and start his day at the beginning of the episode. That's his consciousness fucking with him, telling him that it's time for him to take action, that it's time for him to embrace who he has become and focus on what he wants to be. He has to be the one to make that choice, but he continuously rejects it. The funny part about it is that Sierra was right. Yeah, she was putting on an act, but she was giving Al real life game. These were the keys that he needed to open more doors in his career, but he was just too damn stubborn to accept them. Well, obviously it didn't work, and more extreme measures had to be taken. Shit, if you ain't gonna listen to your mama, then I'm gonna go get your daddy. And I think that's what happened. And I think it worked too. Because after Al escapes the woods, he takes a pic with a fan and finally embraces his fame.